yesterday, you don't have to take that until today. Today is a new day and a new beginning. But if you don't know that, if you don't recognize that, then you will take that old attitude, that old baggage, that old mindset, and now you taking on what the enemy has said. So back to David and Goliath, for 40 days, Goliath cussed out the Israelite army. Bring me somebody to fight me. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that to him. Cussed them out until somebody stepped up and said, I'm different. I'm going to fight you because I ain't fighting you the way that you want me to fight you. I'm going to fight you on my fight. And with David, it was really unfair because he was trained with the slingshot. He was trained to wind up. It wasn't the slingshot that you pulled back. It was the one that you wind up. They said the velocity on the rock that he had was compared to a pistol, a gun, a gunshot. So when he hit that man in his head, David had the unfair advantage because David knew something that the enemy didn't know. David knew, I'm anointed to be the next king. So if I'm anointed to be the next king, I can't die right here. And so when you know that you got a calling and a purpose on your life, you can't die right there wherever you are now. You can't die where you at. Your purpose is much bigger than where you are right now. This time next year, I should be able to look at you and say, you know what? This brother got more fruit than he had last year. His wisdom has increased, his knowledge, his understanding. He got more fruit because his calling bigger than he is now. But it's only when you die to self and your flesh and those things that's trying to hold you back that you can move forward. Same thing in the boxing ring. You got all these distractions that's trying to hold you back from the fame and the money. Are you going to listen to that? Or are you going to be like Floyd Mayweather? Go to the club, but keep your running shoes in the car. Go to the club, but you ain't drinking. You're not smoking. You're not putting all these toxins in your body. You can't put them toxins in your body and expect to get in the ring and your body going to be in optimal shape. That ain't how it works. Your body going to give you what it gave you, what you gave it is going to give you. And it's the same thing in life.
Man, a lot of wisdom here today. Before we go, there's one thing. What's the one thing you tell a young kid in Saginaw who's thinking about putting on gloves for the first time? And what's the one thing you'll say to someone struggling spiritually right now who needs a comeback?
My advice to that young kid that's thinking about boxing, learn the fundamentals. Learn. Your foundation is everything. You want to make sure that your footwork is right. You want to learn. You don't want to be so quick to get in the ring and spar and hit the bag before you learn those fundamentals. Those fundamentals are going to be your key principles that really take you throughout your whole career. If you got good fundamentals and movement and you can stand in a balanced position, then later on in your career when it matters the most, it's going to all come back. It's all a complete circle. It all go back to that. So how you start something, that's how you gonna end it. If you started in a rush, then your whole career could be in a rush of you rushing to get somewhere. But if you take that time and you be patient and you understand that development is a process. If you understand the process of development and you don't rush it, you can learn some things that carry you throughout your career and eventually lead you to success. So be up under a coach that's big on development, and you want to develop yourself by learning. Basketball coach told me something that I'll never forget. Eric Henderson told me, you have to be a student of the game. You have to be a student of the game. You have to understand movement and knowledge of movement and the rich history of boxing and what it means to hit and not get hit, the sweet science. Once you learn what the science is to everything in life, you just have a greater understanding. My advice to a believer that's struggling would be, while you in this valley, imagine that you on that mountaintop. As a man thinketh, so is he. So you have to imagine yourself being a better version of yourself while you're yet that version that you are now. Have that mirror talk with yourself. Know what the word says about you. Our greatest weaponry, in Ephesians, it talks about putting on the whole armor of God. So once you got on that helmet of salvation and that breastplate of righteousness and faith is a shield, I like what's in your dominant hand. It says that in your dominant hand you have a sword. That's what the word is. The word is a sword. If you only had a helmet and a breastplate of righteousness and a faith that's a shield, if you only had these defensive mechanisms and you don't have a sword, then you can never strike back. So I said that to say this: when it comes to the enemy, when it comes to your flesh, when it comes to wherever you are in life, you could use a word to strike back. It ain't what Lorenzo said. It ain't what you said. We got some knowledge and we got some wisdom, but it's not what we said. It's what does the word say? Because the word changes everything. So if the word say that you the lender and not the borrower, start calling yourself the lender. If the word say you were the head and not the tail, start saying that I'm the head and not the tail. Like whatever it says, you say that. Give God back his word. Once you give God back his word, that's when you become one and it becomes woven in the very fabric of who you are. Because I'm just giving God back his word. I ain't adding to it. Prayer, in my opinion, is not using these big words and trying to reinvent the encyclopedia and the dictionary and all these books. Prayer is just giving God back his word. You said by your stripes I'm healed. You said I'm the head and not the tail. You said I could do all things. You said that the latter shall be greater than the former. I believe that for my life, that the latter going to be greater than the former. I had some great things that happened. I've ate lunch and had conversations with
Muhammad
Ali.
I'm glad you said that, because you ate lunch and had conversations
with Muhammad Ali. We got pictures with Ali, bro.
Wow.
And all these guys, and Carissa Shields, the female GOAT and the male GOAT.
Right.
Like when you could say I've been in a room and have somewhat of a relationship with these people, I've done that, but I believe that the future gonna be even bigger. That's saying a lot.
So what? Because what you feel like will be the height of your career?
That's a good question.
I
never really thought about that. What does the ceiling or the height look like? Being a father, bro, is so important to me. I have two people that I love to life, Layla and Lorenzo. Seeing them succeed, seeing them act out in the teachings that I gave them, seeing my son be a better man than me, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. My goal has always been for my ceiling to be his floor. Stuff that I learned at 40, I'm teaching him now. Certain patience and stuff like that. And he got to do his own thing, because it's just like the fighters in the ring, you can't do it for them. But to see them succeed, and I believe when it comes to my father, the work that he put into me, everybody who I come in contact with is a reflection of what he taught me. I went to school and I've tuned that gift and honed it and took it to the next level, but it's still a reflection of what my dad has taught me. I believe when you give something so great, you become immortalized. Like, we're mortal people, we gonna die. But that work and that love, you can love somebody so great until it continues from your children to their children, like it goes nowhere. So I believe we become immortalized off the work we do, the seeds that we sow. And so for me, it just looked like the people who I taught, them getting success. And there's already been people who had success. So, but yeah, that's a good question. I'm actually gonna think about that one a little more. You gave me something to think about, and I appreciate that.
Right.
What does your ceiling look like? But I definitely, see myself being married, the next few years. I've been engaged once before, but I've never been married. I see myself being married and building as a team with my wife.
So what you think was the highest point of your career, like the most thing that, like, since you've been doing this, that touched you the most?
For myself, it would have been, 2006 fighting on TV. As far as a fighter, it would have been with Jermaine Franklin. We trained Jermaine Franklin to go overseas and fight Dylan White. And then we trained him again to go over there and fight Anthony Joshua, two former world champions. And so that moment of going over there and fighting in front of 20,000 people, I have a very loud and distinctive voice. That was the first time in my life where I feared that my fighter wouldn't hear me in the ring. I feared it because I'm like, it's 20,000 roaring fans over there in the UK. In my opinion, they got the best fans in the world when it comes to support and them being loud. And so When I got there, my fighter was able to hear my voice. I was able to talk and be heard even over those 20,000 people. So it taught me don't fear nothing, and I definitely got a loud and distinctive voice.
Did Jermaine Franklin, but pretty slow to rise off his stool, although he's sharp with the left jab at the beginning of this, the 11th round. As Jermaine Franklin goes into the 11th round.
Shot out over the top. Oh, big uppercut on the inside. They're exchanging.
Terrific work on the inside here. And Franklin looks as though he's hurt on the inside.
And so I feel like God gave me that voice for this reason and for other reasons to be heard.
Right.
When I speak, even when teaching, you want to speak from a passionate place, but you want to be heard like a man, like we manly men.
Yeah.
And there's certain people that you're not gonna reach them if you come with a soft voice and you pass it. It's certain people you gotta show them I'm a lion, bro.
Yeah, you gotta be aggressive.
You gotta show that, or you ain't gonna get that. And so, man, it's been a lot, man. But even Rob Sims, man, we trained Robert Sims to go to Kansas and to win the U.S. heavyweight title. That moment of seeing Rob box this guy's socks off and become the first heavyweight out of Saginaw to win that USA belt, that was everything. So that go back to what we was talking about earlier, those mountaintop moments. We trained this guy for this mountaintop moment, and then to go through this moment with him, it's highs and lows. But through it all, the next day, we on the phone checking on him. Hey, how you doing? How you feel mentally? We going through this together, and to my surprise, he came to the gym a couple days later, and he was like, I want to do it right this time. And so for him to say that, it's like, okay, we'll get it together, but you gotta be ready for the mountaintop highs. I wish, brother, that we can stay on the mountaintop in every area of our life forever, but you can't. You're gonna get snatched back down in that valley, whether it's through death, whether it's finances, whether it's through health, whether it's through attacks. You gotta go back in that valley. But I try to look at it like this. When I'm in that valley, I remember what that mountaintop is like. So I tell that valley, don't get used to me, because I ain't gonna be here for a long time or forever. When I'm on that mountaintop, I'm humble because I remember what that valley is like. And I know that I'm gonna have to go back in there in some aspect or another. So, and one, you gotta be hungry, and then the next, you gotta be humble. And as long as you can balance that out, you'll be good. But if you ever get on that mountaintop and you get the big head, that's a higher fall, bro.
Right. All right, we got two more questions. He gave us so much game, I want to get so much out of it before we get out of here. Okay. First of all, I want to ask what you think, in your opinion, is the greatest fight, and what you think about Laila Ali and the Clarissa Shields fight. Will we see it? Will we not?
Man, it's so many great fights. It's kind of hard to say, but one of the ones that I personally like, I like Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard. To me, it meant a lot to see Sugar Ray Leonard had an eye injury and be out for 5 years, and to come back and to win the middleweight championship of the world. That was just phenomenal. He took care of his body during those 5 years he was out. His heart, his tenacious mindset, that didn't go nowhere. It's a close fight. I've judged it a few times, and each time I had it razor thin close. That's one of the best fights in my opinion. I like the way the last 30 seconds of each round, Sugar Ray Leonard corner would yell out 30 seconds. And he knew that he had to do something to close that round out in a fashion to win it. And he would throw a flurry to keep that in the mind of the judges. So you get fighters now to try to keep that same science going of knowing that last 30 seconds, sometimes the judges remember the most.
Good right hand by Leonard. Lalonde is hurt. And Lalonde goes down. Great right hand by Leonard. Lalonde staying up only through the fourth.
What has made Ray Leonard a great fighter.
So yeah, that's a fight that'll always be a classic in my opinion.
Right.
Laila Ali and Clarissa Shields.
They ended up asking me would I ever come back, and I said there's no reason to. I said I don't see anybody there that inspires me to want to come back. I was like, there's so much I would have to stop doing, that I would have to do. So I guess, well, I know that she heard that and took offense to it. And then the next thing I know, she's on YouTube saying Layla Ali was on, you know, she said it out of her own mouth. Like, she heard me say there was nobody that she was inspired by that she felt could give her competition. I feel some kind of way. So then she started calling me out. And I was like, wow. So first thing I thought, because I'm the type of person, I would just pick up the phone. Like, you would think she'd pick up the phone, but I know this newer generation, like you said, is different.
Everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle. The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like. Layla, I'm here with my team. I got great news for you. We got the 15 million. Let's make a fight between me and you, the best versus the best, the greats versus the greats, the GOAT versus Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali. Let's make it happen.
If I'm Layla Ali, depending on what she has left, I would take that fight. The reason why I would take that fight if I'm Layla Ali, because Carissa is strong. She's a workaholic. She's strong, but she don't have a lot of knockouts. Mm-hmm. So if I'm Layla Ali, Layla is naturally
got
a bigger woman.
Layla, and she didn't almost had a knockout all her fights.
Yep, 24-0 with 21 knockouts.
21 knockouts.
The level of the competition isn't as stiff as Carissa was, but the fact that Layla is a larger woman, I would give Layla a straight 1-2-1, and I would say go for what you know. You $15 million ahead, and it's not about the money, but it's about you challenging yourself. I would put her in a 5 to 6 month training camp with this new sports science that they got. This new sports science is amazing. Mm-hmm. It's a guy down the street, Bill, got runners. Man, he got a cryotherapy trainer machine that you get in, and it goes all the way to like negative 250 degrees. It's for sore muscles. And this is the kind of training your guys like LeBron James doing. They got your sleeves and your chambers, and it's so much that you can invest in. If I'm Layla Ali, I'll take that chance. I would probably spend $500,000 just on training camp. You got your nutrition, you got your rest, you in a place, and I would take it. So I think it's probably a 50% chance that we could see it, but I don't think if it don't happen within the next 8 months to a year, I don't think it's gonna happen, because 47 is 47 years old at the end of the day.
You ain't getting no younger.
You ain't getting no younger, but if it's within the next year, it could definitely happen. It would definitely be the biggest fight in the sports as far as with females. It would be the biggest fight. So again, if I'm Layla, you know when you hitting that bag what you got left. I would take that fight.
Good. So listen, man, just give everybody your social media again. Let everybody know the programs you got going on down here at the gym. Where can they tap in with you if they want to, come down here and train with you, and just get some details of everything.
So my new location, I'm located at 3068 Boardwalk Drive. That's off Bay Road in Saginaw, Michigan. I can be reached on Facebook under Lorenzo Reynolds. My Instagram is Mr. Lorenzo 989. TikTok as well under Lorenzo Reynolds. So everything is pretty much under my name. We have classes for the youth, ages 5 to 14 years old. We have classes for adults, punching off the pounds. I do twice a day. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, got a 5 a.m. class and a 6:30 p.m. class. The senior class, we do the seniors twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And again, you can find all these times. I'm certified for strength and conditioning, so I do personal sessions with athletes, injury prevention. I'm loving that now. Just the understanding of how many of these athletes are tearing their ACL, so we building the muscles around there.
Right.
All those small muscles in the legs that make the big difference. And injury prevention training is growing, strength and conditioning is growing. Just make myself acceptable for anybody on any level, athletes, non-athletes. If you want to lose weight, if you want to come in the gym and just relieve some stress, all you got to do is reach out. We'll make time for you if none of the classes could fit your schedules. I do have limited availability for a few one-on-ones, mainly in the mornings. I have a few limited availability for that. But I just love what I do, man. I love working with people. All in general.
Ain't nothing like being a people person, man. You know. So, you know, we want to thank Mr. Lorenzo Reynolds,
man. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Great interview, man.
You can't
listen. I've been just focused in the whole interview, man. I got so much gain from this interview, man. And I'm sure you did too. It's about, you know, he said a word, man, that resonate with me. And I use it all the time, fortitude. Strength of mind. You gotta know how to get back up. You know, gotta know how to take that life punch and you know how to get back up. You know, work on your weaknesses and capitalize off your strength, whatever that may be. You know, nobody knows ourselves better than we do. You know, like he said, we gotta pull the old us off and put the new us on. You know, we can't wake up in the routine doing the same thing from yesterday. We gotta wake up and say to ourselves, this is a new beginning for some type of aspect in your life to make it better. So we want to thank Mr. Lorenzo Reynolds, wellness coach, for this great interview. You know, and I hope you guys had a great time watching it. You know, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles, where we are better together than separate. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mr. Lorenzo Reynolds, wellness coach.
You do feel overlooked, or you do feel like opportunities that happen for other people could have happened to you or should have happened to you. And personally, I use it as momentum. Like, it's not going to stop me. If anything, it's going to make me more hungrier to prove myself or to start it. You know what I'm saying? If the situation was different, maybe the city would have been gave me a gym. But it's not. So what did I do? I saved up my own money and opened my own gym. You know, and so I'm proving that, you know, throughout the week, sometimes there's 75 to 100 kids that come in and get trained 3 or 4 times a week, from athletes to children who are being introduced to exercise. And so sometimes you just got to continue to prove yourself, and you got to use any anger you have in you as momentum to move forward. Like, the job gonna get done regardless.
Regardless, right?
Even if it take my own dime.